Good morning, everyone. Benjamin here. I just wanted to do another quick video. I and hopefully it's helpful. And if it's helpful to somebody that you know who's going through this, please send this to them and see if it's helpful. I would like to be helpful. At the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to do. When you're going through divorce, especially if it's your first divorce and you have kids, I remember going through it, and um, I was watching a show not long after it was over. It was the Lord of the Rings, the last one there, where they're all gathered together, and there's like a small group of people, uh, the heroes of the story, and they're going against the bad guys to try to buy time for Frodo and Sam to get the ring to the mountain, if you remember. And the main character there, Aragorn, he says, for Frodo, right? And then he runs like bravely and heroically into the fight, and trying to win the day against all odds. And it's a dumb analogy, but nevertheless, that's what it feels like. It feels like it's this absolute, just gut wrenching battle that you're going through, and the all seeing eye, right? The divorce court mafia, who fine tooth combs your entire life to see if you are a capable father or not. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. And so you are this dad trying to uh, get some meager parenting time, let's say, and you're trying to win the battle, as it were. Now, I say this all the time, right? Lord have mercy on us all. Lord have mercy on us all that we do this to each other in divorce court mafia process, and we do it to our kids for that matter. Lord have mercy. But I have to say that when you're going through that, and sometimes it's a lengthy process. Divorce takes a long time, and especially if you have property and assets to divide up, and parenting time, things like this. If you have pensions, whatever it is, 401ks, right? All this stuff has to be divvied up. And especially if you have a um, less than desirable divorce. I mean, again, people can work it out amicably, but they typically don't. So it feels like you're up against insurmountable odds and the all seeing eye that wants to destroy everything good in the world. And your worst waking nightmares are a reality. Now, again, let me say this: I'm not innocent in the matter, nor am I a victim. I was part of the problem. I couldn't remedy the problem, and divorce happened, right? So, not that it was all on me, but I definitely had a part to play. I'm not a victim, but I am. I do definitely sympathize with fathers' rights, 100%. So here's something you can do to remedy, though, when you're kind of staring down the all-seeing eye of a very bitter situation, let's say, and a very hostile divorce. You can do something called temporary orders. You can do something called temporary orders. Okay, now for me, the reason why I don't want to get into specifics, okay, but I needed to push for temporary orders is because um, I wasn't seeing my kid a whole lot. Now, I wasn't in a great spot in terms of work, um, because I had to change jobs because I knew the final divorce date was coming. So I needed to change jobs in order to have parenting time. Now, when you go for temporary orders, you can help, it helps remedy the situation. Now, I won't go into the specifics right now of my situation, but it's like I am not seeing my child very much at all. I need at least an overnight. I forget exactly what the specifics were, but I was paying for everything and couch surfing and sleeping in my car to get through this. I couldn't do that anymore. And thank God for my grandmother. I was able to stay on her couch and or her spare room, excuse me, and then have my son. I hate to say it, Uh, it was the courts made it mandatory that I could be with my son on an overnight or two every week. I forget what days it was, or maybe it was just 1 or 2 nights a week. But from not seeing him hardly at all to nope, this guy gets to see his kid. No, it doesn't matter what you say. This guy sees his kids on these days and these times. So keep that in mind that when you're up against the all-seeing eye um, the battles, you're just in the thick of the battle. Emotionally, it's just wrecking. Spiritually, right? It's so hard. But while things are being worked on, and God forbid you ever go through a divorce, Lord have mercy, um, you can go for temporary orders. So you don't always have to pay all the bills during the entirety of the divorce. They can relieve some of that, where it's case by case dependent, okay? But go for temporary orders. Do temporary orders while you're working on the divorce, so that you get the parenting time, so that and it's mandatory if the courts go that way, or you can work out whatever it is. I mean, I know I had to pay my mortgage, even though I wasn't living there, for a year and a half, I think it was, until the divorce was over. So there are ways to get some pressures off the relief valves while you're in the thick of it, is what I'm saying. And, that whole idea of like, for Frodo, and you're charging into the fray, it's like, this is for my kids at this point. This is for my kids at this point. The love is lost. You can't fix things. The other person doesn't want to work on it. That's where you're at, and it's a harsh reality. It's a harsh reality. Now, let me say this, and I'll end with this. The people that you thought were your allies in your life, not that they're out and out against you, but they just, when you're going through divorce and after, the people that were in your life won't be. And that's a hard reality. That's a hard reality. The people that you thought were on your team, family, friends of yours, whatever, you will lose them. You will lose them. But what's really beautiful is, and I found this to be 100% true, the new kind of friends that roll into your life after, can be a real blessing, if you are thinking right. If you're thinking right, if you don't turn to the bottle during divorce so hard, God forbid, self-deletion. I know a guy who self-deleted recently while going through a divorce. God, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's when most men self-delete, is during or after divorce. Lord have mercy. And so if you're hanging in there and you're facing down the all-seeing eye of the divorce, and just the treachery that comes with it, a new band of brothers will show themselves. A new group of people, a new network, a new completely new life happens, right? And so this is a good thing. This is a good thing. So while you're facing down this absolute treachery and monster that is divorce, it gets better, okay? It does get better, and you need to hang in there and push for temporary orders if you need it, okay? That does help get some pressure off the pressure cooker that is divorce. It's a good thing, okay? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Love you guys.